The auction.
Auction starts at 9. Yeah.
You'll make a post about it.
Okay, perfect. Jess, do you know I've gone live?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna run and get. I'll do that after
Why don't we
that.
put a video on?
Well, okay, thanks.
I like your hair, by the way. Great.
We have 0 viewers. We have 1 viewer. It might be me.
We'll set up here and then tell people back off, please. Right?
Just if they go, yeah, because they can work in here. That's really nice. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's wonderful. So I was just thinking, a lot of us were super wrecky by the end of June, like we met Claflin.
Hey, Jess, want to see me have a tantrum?
Come in.
They're not as good if it gives the Delta.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank
Are
you.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hi.
I brought some wood that I thought maybe some of your friends can paint on because I know they were looking for stuff last week. Oh, Dad,
Now there's sound.
That's good.
Right? Right, Kelly?
Is there sound? Thanks, Kelly. Here you go.
Thanks.
If I stand up here,
Wow.
we brought a part of our furniture from our house.
Stage, there's a little nice crack of mess there.
Crack a mess.
Crack of mess there.
Ah,
There we go.
All right. So we are here, and lots of people have been putting their artwork up on the event page already. So if you're at home, you can already start looking at the
Did we
pieces.
share this as hard as we used to share it? Or
I
should
just
get
shared
people
it.
to come inside?
I think everyone can do what their heart tells them to do.
Okay. But during the auction, we should
Auction needs to share.
share
But
the
right now
snot
it's
out.
like we're a little bit more chill, and then yeah. That's good. I like it.
Can you tell Kelly that I know she's waiting for a link, and if she dings my phone again, I'm gonna ban her for 3 weeks.
Whoa.
With love.
With a lot.
Tough love.
Yeah. Okay. Whew. So, before we begin, the Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. We acknowledge that the land we gather on, Mohkinsis, is the ancestral territory of the Siksika Sitapi, the Siksika Guyana, Pigani, and Umska Pigani. We acknowledge all the Treaty 7 signatories, including the Sutena people, as well as the Ayarhe Nakota nations, Bearspaw, Chiniki, and Wesley. This land is also the home of Métis Nation Region 3 and all others who call this place home. Wonderful. So this is Rumble number 429. And what if so that's on you right
Don't touch
now?
that.
I'm going to spin the wheel.
Okay. Yeah, it'll have to be on a trust.
Just
system.
imagine that you can see this spinning wheel. You can hear it maybe, kind of. You can hear it. Whoa. Whoa, cool.
How's that?
Yeah,
Is it
good.
showing? Yeah. I can actually do that better. How's that?
Really good.
Why is the resolution so low?
It's really, yeah, it's bad on the computer. It's not so bad on the laptop.
Let me just check something. Watch this. Still seems kind of low. Check that again. It's high def. Okay.
All right. So the first piece of inspiration. Remember how when it was like the lighting was one way? Do you think it's responding to the lighting?
No. I think it's just it could be, I don't know. Who knows?
Okay.
Is that better?
Hi. Yeah.
It could be that I need to wipe the lens off.
Yeah, it could be.
Please don't touch.
I will not.
Okay.
So, first piece of inspiration comes to us from this book of myths and legends. And the first myth and legend we're looking at is Sedna, the mother of the sea, from Inuit mythology. So the Inuits say there is a woman who lives beneath the cold Arctic waves. She is the mother of the sea, goddess of the underworld. She is the most important deity to the Inuit, as she rules over all the sea creatures, which the Inuit depend on for food and livelihood. She cannot abide hunters. She is angry and vengeful, but she can be appeased by shamans who swim to the seafloor to comb her silken hair. She must be pleased. She is Sedna. So it's a tale of tricksters. I just want to read the whole book all the time. She's like, doesn't want to get married, doesn't want to get married, doesn't want to get married. And then her dad's like, no, you should get married to this guy. He's a really good hunter. And then she gets married to that guy, and then he's a liar. Hi, how are you? I owe you money from the very first time we sold.
I was out of the province.
Oh, good.
Last
Okay.
2 Wednesdays.
I figured, I was like, she probably get in contact with us if she was
It's fine.
don't leave. I'll remember to get it to you.
Okay, cool. Let me just set up anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere, you guys. That's so funny. So, Yeah, wonderful. So Sedna, the mother of the sea, is the first piece of inspiration. And the second piece of inspiration comes to by 50 contemporary women artists. So I opened up to Natalie Frank. So I'll put this picture. Oh, that's upside down. Just turn your head around. There. So that's oil on canvas. So Natalie Frank's paintings are peopled by in-between figures who are ill-defined by gender and sexuality and explore themes of the everyday and perverse fantasy, which engage the viewer as a complicit voyeur. You're really true here. Look at you. So here, that's Natalie Frank is our second piece of inspiration. Oh, here we go. Hello, how are you?
Nice haircut.
Thanks.
Do people still park in the loading zone?
After 6?
Can they or do they?
Can they or do they?
Are you loading or do you mean for all night?
For all night.
I can't promise you will get a ticket, but it doesn't bother me.
Like, we haven't
Does that make sense?
ever had trouble with it.
Yeah, because I used to park there. I just
Randomly?
haven't in a minute.
And
so.
it's after 6, so usually they're pretty, like, they're not, like, going around,
Mhm.
usually.
No, they get angry at you.
On that side. Yeah, on that side, you're
Oh,
okay. On
down-
that side,
down
you're
that
not
side.
okay. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, I'm going to say the chances are pretty good.
I think you're probably okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Yeah. Okay.
Treat it as an experiment.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And I can catch him. I can be like, whoa, whoa. Okay.
Yeah, watch it. And the third piece of inspiration comes to us from Seeing Science. The elusive science of sleep. What's up with 8 hours of unconsciousness? Sleep process in the brain. So this is all upside down to you. So sleep, Sedna, and Natalie Frank. Also, you can make art based on whatever you'd like to make art on. And everyone's already working here. And you guys can, if you're working at home, you're more than welcome to send pictures of what you're working on. And I think, is that all? Which is going to start working.
There's a lot of confusion about the time.
About which piece?
Yeah.
Like this event right now? This one I didn't have trouble with.
Now about the rumbles.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
We need to sort that out this week. I think
no, everything's good now. It's just it went back and forth a billion
about
times.
5 people sent me information tonight saying they're confused. So people are confused. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, but if I cancel it and start it over, it'll add to the
I can
confusion.
fix this next week.
Okay, look, Rich.
There's a lot of people tonight that are confused. You can
It's
show me that it looks right.
7 o'clock.
I'm going to get us locked out of here because I'm trying to concentrate on getting my password in, and I've done it like wrong 16 times.
Okay. There we go. So it is so what we're talking about is the
Sorry, that wasn't a threat. I'm just like trying.
no,
to,
I'm
like,
I'm
stop
talking
because I'm
about the
blocking myself out of the password.
so I won't talk yet.
No, I'm trying to tell you personally.
I was
like,
talking to the people. I was saying
Oh,
the event for the launch is on
Yeah.
September 1st. It's a regular Rumble, and I've been having glitchy problems with my Facebook, but I did figure out what was causing the problems, and everything's showing up as 7 o'clock, so it should be good. If you see it different, you can screenshot it and show me, but all I can...
have screenshots is what I'm telling you.
And what does it say?
I can't talk.
Okay.
about
You keep talking to me. Okay.
It's give me a kiss. Come here.
Like, we're not starting off.
I
Very
just started
good.
getting screenshots from people showing me that the time was screwed up.
But all
And
I
then
can
was
see
trying
is
to-
7
I'm trying to
o'clock.
explain to you that like we get screenshots about the time being screwed up,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, no, it's fine. I'm like, well, we're gonna fix it for next week, and then you're like, well, if you want to prove it to me, send some screenshots, and I'm like, my head's gonna explode because we just went full circle. I love you.
All right. So,
And also, I apologize to Kelly, but every time I'm trying to like send out the passwords and people are texting me about the passwords, my phone like makes that zip in my hand because I've got the sound turned off, and it's like so jarring to have the phone constantly like vibrating in my hand while I'm trying to send that information.
Are you done? My gosh.
Chelsea can help you.
Yeah, here.
Okay, and then
Which will be a test. But anyway, it's called Speak Beauty. There we go. Instead of speaking, be kind.
Oh my gosh. And you want to sell it?
Yes, I want somebody to remember
Oh.
to speak beauty. Oh my god. Thank you.
I just finished it today. I love all the different
I just want to use lots of color and like designing it, speaking beautifully, like
and the
flowers.
jewels coming out.
Yeah.
It's dripping. Sorry.
I like it.
You like it dripping? Did you say, hi, how are you? Oh, you finished her.
I've got coffee on my fingers, so I don't want to touch. That's
Arthur, what do you
awesome.
need?
I just wanted to see if I could pick
Such a
up
good
that
conversation.
piece that I bought a few weeks ago that I totally
I
forgot
don't
about.
know
Yes.
yet.
Okay.
It is.
Later?
Actually,
Just at the end, right?
Sure.
Are you
yeah.
gonna
I'm
be?
allowed
Yeah,
to
yeah, I'll
do
be here
the
too.
That's totally
so I
fine.
like
Don't
to
leave
think that I
without
can
grabbing it because we can
transfer
get
that
it.
onto the canvas, but I usually end up being more of an
Yeah, I think
abstract.
put the ball if that's what you
So
think.
who knows
I
what
might
it'll
be
look
up
like.
higher.
I'm
I
hoping
can't remember.
for
I
something
can't remember which side that's on.
and
So
if
don't
not,
stress
here
too
it
much.
goes, right?
It's at the front, yeah. And there's a yeah.
There's a what?
There's a painting in front of it. It's all paper and everything, but
I
it's
just look
just
forward to
yeah.
the process.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Nice the strokes on the.
It's just nice to like practice doing different things.
I
I
also
also
haven't
haven't
been
painted in
stitching.
many
Do you
years.
want to hold on to
Getting
it
back
to the end so you can show people?
Oh, sure.
I
I just forgot my phone to
Yeah,
put it
no,
online.
I got it. I will do that.
I'm like slow today. And one last question. I forgot an eraser.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got one. Yeah. You're welcome. Okay, so
Yeah, that's how you start. You have to learn how the colors work in order to make them work for you. I am also self-taught. I stopped doing art for probably about 6 or 7 years.
okay,
Long.
so I'm just gonna see.
I'm glad to be getting back into it. I wonder if I would have pictures of it. It's kind of impressive for an 8-year-old.
So people at home. Oh, there. Kelly and Vivian are here.
Let them know that I said
So just
Are you actually staying today?
just
Just to do your coffee? I see.
were you able to find it? Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
It's usually pretty easy to find. I know they're at the bottom.
Are you working on stuff today, or are you?
I
back to
finished.
doing
I finished my
Every time I go through my Instagram,
and I'm gonna
You
start.
need to teach me how to do this.
I was gonna start a little one, so it's all gonna be like little vignettes
See
from
how you
documentary.
change it.
events.
So
So
that's why I
the
don't
mod
delete them.
from
So I'm
the
like,
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna be a little horrified and
I can't decide between like more of a landscape or more of a like this.
Oh.
I drew both of them while you guys were talking, and I'm like,
I love it. My purple hair.
once I can do
No, I shave my head.
Hey, Rich, sorry. I get too excited.
Sorry.
Wow.
All right. So
Okay.
yeah, we're all good. Did you want to put your information on?
Yeah, I had like literally.
No, don't be sorry. All right, so we got such nice pieces already for this week. And
It really was. Yeah. We're probably gonna do it again.
so you can see if you look up on the event page for 429, you are welcome to peruse what is coming up for auction. And people keep bringing more and more beautiful pieces. I'm going to keep working on my next piece, which is going to be the next little thing from Rich's book. So I did the moth, which is the first that the troll talks about the story of love, and then I'm gonna do the little spaceship here. So I'm gonna get some silvers out.
Just like dye it or something. Or even paint it in a really see if that'll help. And then it did for sure. No. Shaved my head. It worked. I did it in February. It was freezing. I do not recommend shaving your head in the middle of winter. However, and then on the weekends, I go ahead and art gallery.
Oh yeah, just
Hello, everyone.
Black diamond.
I'm here.
how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I had misplaced my headset, even though it's gigantic. I'll show you it. See? I put it down for a second, and couldn't find it.
Hi, Viviana.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I missed you.
I know, I've been so busy. It's been crazy in my house. I actually had to go and hunt for a palette knife so that I can take more paint out, because everything is packed away. Because I'm getting my floors done. So, you know, painting has suffered because of that. But I am here. Yay.
Hey.
Right?
Yes.
Sometimes
It's nice to see you.
Majority of the time.
Okay.
I have watched a couple of them and seen you guys, but just while I'm packing and doing stuff before, right? So
The alphabet mafia.
My neighbor, Viviana, is doing the exact same thing as you, doing the floors and everything. So they're ripping
It's a
out the
lot of work.
floors, walls, everything.
yeah.
Oh my gosh! And it looks like a pillow in between.
So I'm just getting my dining room and living room done right now,
Oh yeah, you can see
and
it.
then it'll be kitchen renovations afterwards. So
And I already
Yeah.
took pictures of it.
what is that?
Look, Matthias made this. Can you see the letters?
That's so cool. You know what it reminds me of? A jellyfish that I found in Cuba.
Every letter at this point.
Cool. It's 3 stamps. It says YYC.
I don't know what I'm doing with that.
Very cool.
But yeah, it totally looks like jelly.
I don't know.
That looks so cool.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a jellyfish that I held in my hand, and it's kind of oblong like that. And it's absolutely clear. And the only way you can see them is when you're underwater. The light shines through them, and then it makes a shadow.
Cool.
And that's how you find them. It's so weird. Jellies are awesome.
And you're like,
Are they or just some?
I have to call customer service.
I can probably get started with what I've got here.
I contacted people from my state, Texas or somewhere else. And it was ma'am, like every 2 words. And I was like, please stop.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, I don't want to be called that no matter what I am.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that. But also, just not a woman. I don't know. I was assigned that people just.
Yeah.
It's weird. Over the phone.
It's funny. I'm on the stage. I can just hide behind the stage.
Oh, it's literally.
Your phone is dinging. Careful of that piece of glass. I don't know where else is.
Also, I found something.
I have a bunch. I think I used up a lot of my greens, so now I'm going to use up a lot of my grays that I haven't been using.
It was, if you turn it,
Maybe.
it was supposed to be a creeper. And then I
So, like blue
that's
grays.
probably my most recent.
So, Viviana,
What are you
what are
doing?
you working on?
I'm working on a commission that I got actually through Mr. Teru.
Nice.
We had somebody wanting kind of something a little bit in my style. So, right up my alley, as they say, in my wheelhouse. He knew because as soon as I talked to them, they were, yes, that's kind of what they want. So, pretty awesome. But it's a I want to say leopard. No, it's not a leopard, is it? South American tiger cat type thingy.
Felix loves.
Puma maybe? I don't know.
Maybe is it an ocelot?
No, it's much big. It's a bigger cat. I do have a painting of an ocelot that I want to finish and then bring down to you guys though.
Oh my gosh.
I think you'll love him.
Felix
He's
loves
the cutest.
ocelot.
Mhm.
He I had a piece. Oh, on my green dress, there's a small cat embroidered in it. I was like, Felix, is this an ocelot? He's like, ocelots have rosettes. That doesn't look exactly like the rosettes on an ocelot.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
He's so smart. Yeah. So
he's so funny.
Like, it's like machine embroidered, so it was like a little bit more squared off, and I was like, that's awesome. It's really funny.
Yeah, when I was doing the spots on my ocelot, I realized that they're not the same as with other
totally
like panthers and like the spotted ones.
Yeah.
Their dots are different. Their spots are much different.
He will be very happy with you that you noticed that.
Well, right? So I shall send you a picture for you to share with him at some point, and we'll see what he thinks of my skills of ocelot making.
That's lovely. I made him a felted snow leopard on the weekend. He's like, I need a snow leopard. And so we felted him one. And he's like, on the face, they don't really have the rosettes yet. There's just the dots. And he's like looking skeptically at me. And then I got the rosettes. I was like, Felix, look at the rosettes. And he was like, he approved. I was like, yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Felting, that's one of those things that's like requires a lot of, it's almost like sculpture.
It's so much
bring
fun.
myself to do stuff. No, it's not that much fun.
I find I can make something so fast. Like I'm so used to embroidery where it takes me like a freaking forever to do something.
Yeah.
And then but with the felting I can do it so easy.
That's awesome.
That's my brain though. Like you said, if you're
I'm not a sculptor. Like I have a hard time working in 3D for anything. And so, I mean, I shouldn't say that everything is hard, but I just prefer not to have to create something out of like nothing unless it's 2D.
No, that's
yeah.
Everybody has their own, like their brain works in the different ways, right?
Yeah. I remember in high school for my art class, we had to, you have to attempt a lot of different styles.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but I really noticed, I felt like I had a really hard time trying to sculpt things and proportions, which I can see in 2D, and I've practiced, for years sketching stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I've watched friends do felting, and I'm going, yeah, no, thanks, bye bye. You go do that.
Yeah. It is funny. Everyone has their, like, your brain just works in its own way. That's all.
It's true.
And I find we put our energy towards things that are like fun for us, right? Like, so I bet if you wanted to, you could, but it's like, because you're so, like, you're really into your painting, you're good at your painting, right? Like, it's, we only have so much time too. So it's like,
I think that's partially it too. Somebody asked me if I was going to take up another different thing or try a different style. I'm like, you know how much I already have to do?
Yeah, no, for sure.
I am not adding to my plate, but thanks for the offer.
Actually, it was Felix too. He was talking about learning Japanese. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. So we're going to look for an app that can help him. He's like, will you help? Like, will you learn it with me? And I was like, yeah. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like, then I was like, oh my gosh. Like you said, do I have any, like, I'm wondering if I have any like hardware left on my brain. What?
Right? I don't know if I do to learn. Well, I've been learning Italian. Don't practice it yet because, mostly just reading it and watching TV shows and stuff. Okay, you're going to laugh at this though. I am kind of hooked on a Jewish soap opera. That's on
a Jewish. That's awesome.
On Netflix, and it's called Stiesel. And I'm just finding it fascinating because they're so embedded in their religion and the way they do things, right? And I'm not at all religious, so I'm finding it really fascinating to watch.
That's cool.
How they do things, and not that I would ever like want to live that life, but it's really neat because they live lives just like us. They want to get married, they want to fall in love, but the rules they have and it's quite interesting.
It is, yeah. That's really cool to be able to see another faith. Like, that's really cool. That is cool.
Because you know me, I'm not a religious person, and I'm almost anti-religion, but it doesn't mean that I don't understand why people are attracted to being guided by something or someone, or wanting the I guess the community that they feeling that they get out of it. So people sometimes need that. I certainly don't feel that I do in my own life, but it's been fascinating just to see another completely different culture whose language I speak absolutely zero of. Aside from, I think the one thing I recognize is when they say shalom.
That's awesome.
That's about it. And then other than that, I have to read all the subtitles or rewind every few minutes, and if I miss something, right? But it's, so fascinating. There's so many. Sorry, go ahead.
So I'm working on the 3 little pigs playing poker.
That's awesome.
1, 2, and the table is a canvas.
Nice.
Something different.
That's really
cool.
Right?
They'll be holding the cards. I'm trying to figure out the wiring will go under the canvas, but I'll paint the canvas so it's like a table or something.
That's
something
so
different.
Neat. Yeah. That'll be fun.
So what are you working on, Jess?
So I finished the mod, so now I'm starting to work on a little spaceship. So it's another part of Rich's book.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I'm gonna do a little spaceship embroidery next.
So are you illustrating his book?
Kind of. I'm just doing little pieces based on the book. I guess until the release date in a couple of weeks. Maybe really great imagery in the book. Hi, Felix. How are you? I'm not sure. It's just magic.
Hi, Galen.
Because I wasn't going to buy anything.
And then
Since I was
you
bringing my motorcycle. And I was like, how do I get this on there?
Well, like when I was born,
It might be a little bit slanted. Crazy bad.
what, like,
So here's what we're gonna do.
like as they were like do what yeah, it's just like going a lot. And I never got in trouble. I mean, I haven't read it. Like, I don't know if I ever read it. Like, I
And
used
then do you want me to just put it over there?
No, it'd be way better if you went around and off it.
Okay.
I used to.
You want me to offer to?
Yeah, these actually are there. I showed up to my house.
Yeah,
And I took it.
You're saying this in front of the teacher, and she's like, I'm glad you're there.
Thank you, Galen.
What'd he bring?
Crazy bread and pizza.
Nice.
Mhm. On his motorcycle.
You can tell it's a rumble night when it's pizza night.
Mhm.
Nice. I had leftover barbecue pork from the Chinese, from TNT Supermarket, because I had a dentist appointment, and I sent David to go get Lebanese for himself when his appointment was done.
Mhm.
But I didn't feel like having Lebanese today. But it's his favorite.
Nice.
Yeah. But no cavities for either one of us, and they told me his teeth are amazingly clean, which is awesome. Yeah, it's good. He's pretty diligent about it. And now especially, right, as he's gotten older, which is exciting for me, because maybe it won't cost that much to get him to 18 years old.
Yeah, totally.
He does have two wisdom ones that will probably need pulling, though.
Yeah, that's an unavoidable one sometimes. Eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had mine yanked out when I was 19, so yeah, I can see it happening.
Do you know why? Rich is saying, do you know why we have wisdom teeth?
No, I'm not smart enough to know that.
So,
They pulled mine already.
so in a previous life, you would have lost a couple teeth by the time you're a certain age, and the wisdom teeth would grow out and crowd your teeth in.
Oh, interesting. See?
But since we take care of our teeth, we have too many now.
That's interesting.
Yeah, no kidding. See, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, I had no idea that's why. I just thought, well, they're just teeth that now are completely useless because we don't have to chew on Dinosaur. No, I'm kidding.
Right?
You know, mammoth meat.
Yeah.
So we don't need them to be that, big and strong. Is it a cheetah? No, this isn't a cheetah. I gotta remember the name of this. Maybe it is leopard.
How many
Maybe
people
it's
are with us?
not a cougar. Okay, you guys want to know how I know it's definitely not a cougar?
How?
Because when they were showing me the pictures, I'm like, oh, a cougar, and they're like, no. And I'm like, oh. So I remember that part
And you
clearly.
need to brush up on your big cats.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We kind of do. Where's Felix?
Yeah, I know. Felix?
I was thinking of moose for something. Do you remember what it wasn't?
You know what I love? Little kids just learn certain subjects so well and so deeply, and can do a presentation completely of something that the rest of us are like, what?
Totally.
Right?
Oh, I don't.
Their brains are so full of interesting collections.
Yeah, I love when kids get obsessed with certain topics.
Right?
Yeah.
Their little eyes light up when they're trying to tell you all about it. It's awesome.
Because I felt really bad. I was like, at one point I was 4. We took them out with Like 91.
Is there any chance you have an X-Acto knife that I could borrow?
Hey, Viviana,
Yes?
this is what would happen if a dinosaur ate your dog.
There's
What?
there might be a scissors on the shelf,
Let's
but
see.
like behind the
Crazy.
curtain.
I'm trying to get-
There might be scissors.
Well, good thing there's no dinosaurs.
Well, it has a dog inside. It barks.
Oh, that's awesome. I have a puppet that's a dinosaur that I use with the kids here sometimes, and it's so funny because I make him sound like a tiny little kid or a mouse when he talks. So the kids are quite amused at the fact that, how come a dinosaur doesn't sound scary? I'm like, is he supposed to?
Yeah, why are dinosaurs? They don't have to be scary.
Right? Exactly. Who knows? Maybe they were, well, no, I think they were pretty mean, but, you know.
Not the plant eaters.
No, I guess not, hey?
Yeah, I think the plant eaters were pretty nice. Like,
If you were a
definitely in
dinosaur,
line
which
with-
one do you think you would have been? What do you think you would have been?
How are you? Oh, fun. Why am I sitting on my knees? That's like the worst.
Whatever's comfortable.
Hey, Kelly, what dinosaur do you think you would have been?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Really?
Yeah.
I get called a T-Rex all the time by my son because I have short little arms.
Like for auction? Yes. I heard you.
Yeah, that
So-
that dinosaur, his name is Chompers, and the dog's name is Biscuit.
Oh,
And it's just it's a full size ant, like a full size dog that actually barks. And I just thought it was
Oh.
hilarious.
that's funny.
He might go in the next auction, maybe.
Yeah.
Or we could put in like a couple at a time. Yeah.
If I put 5 paintings in, I'll get 1/5 for each one of the paintings for that night. It's people are going to give you as much as they have.
So yeah, like most of these, I wouldn't mind $5 each.
Or if you put them like in groups of
We'll do,
4 and
like-
started at 20. Can you pick 4 to put
Oh.
together?
Could I do where you pick your own 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty open to anything. People are like,
Yeah, I'm just saying like sometimes just like
it's
more
the
isn't always
psychology of
better.
it is interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I understand. I'm just gonna
Yeah, take out the ones you think.
feel like, some of these are a lot older, and I feel like they've been with me for a while.
But they
Like that one.
I think after a few auctions, you start figuring out what it is that you want to sell and what,
Yeah, definitely.
what work of yours people will enjoy.
sometimes that you can find.
Yeah, these ones have been- So I could do the 4 for 20 or just $5. Yeah.
And then do you want to start like higher, or do you want to maybe keep those?
You know what? I'll keep them. I just kind of grabbed them. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's good. What's your name?
Arthur.
Arthur? Oh, very nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you too.
I'm Jessica.
Jessica.
Yeah. Very nice.
And well, this is the first time I've been here. I really enjoy it so
Oh,
far.
it's really awesome. Yeah, it's so much fun. Like there's some people online. So this camera right here, the Sony, is like broadcasting
Hi.
online. So there's people at home. So you can see on the screen there's like some people in their studios. So Kelly and Vivian are painting in their studios at home.
Yeah, like the thing.
Yeah, right. And then we're like high producing ever since we opened back up. But this is awesome. Yeah, that's a wonderful idea. And we'll start. Yeah, the auction starts at 9 o'clock. So this is wonderful. This is good. And then do you think you'll stay around or? Because
I think so.
yeah, if you have to leave or whatever, I would suggest leaving your like contact info with us because we used to pay as soon as we sold the pieces at the auction.
Yes.
But now, because some of the pieces are selling online, we're kind of doing it within the week and giving the money out. So like you can earn better. So,
Yeah.
so just if you want to before you leave.
Yes. Yeah. Could I count how many there were there? 'Cause I-
Good idea.
Well, yeah, I do have sort of business card. I left it on the table.
That's okay. That's
I write my
okay.
name and stuff on there.
That's lovely. Because then I can just text you or email you just to let you know. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
For
This
sure.
is lovely.
And by the way, I thought this was like a little different, so I actually bought way more paintings, like square foot ones, except those that wouldn't really start at $5. So I don't know how.
That's not a thing you have to do. Like this is like Rich and I are like cheapy, and we do that because we're cheapy. Some people like if you want to keep a piece, like, and you're not like you're like I don't mind, but like I'm gonna start with 50 and if it goes, like that's awesome. I know I'm talking to the people and to Arthur, so the people at home also know.
That's right.
But yeah, so it's like artists always set their minimum bid. So if it's like if you want like you if we all like have different value in the different pieces we do, and it's like some people start their pieces at like 30 or 40, there's some like Stephen does like oil on canvas, does like oil paintings, and he often starts around like $50 or $60, like a lot of oil paintings that start a little bit higher, but not necessarily. Like some people, it's just like up to the artist's discretion. So it's like you never feel like
Yes. Cool. Well, thank you for explaining that.
Yes, definitely.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be back with the business card.
Awesome, cool, thank you. Cool. Just going to plug the mic. It is. It is plugged in. Do you want it on? What do you want me to say?
What I did is my room was everything was my art gallery.
The artist booth chair.
All my friends.
Okay, so it's the artist booth chair.
Then I worked hard and hard and put them on the wall for next. I felt good when they take it. So I had to work fast and hard.
I should put.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Everybody in the back? Hi. We love you. Just a couple of reminders. It's really important we just have one person in the bathroom at a time. Generally, I know that's a weird thing to have to say unless you're at a junior high dance, but most of the time when groups go to the bathroom together, it's to drink alcohol. We don't serve alcohol, and you'll get a shutdown if you do have alcohol. So please don't put me in a position where Rebel House gets shut down and the $25,000 fine because you guys snuck alcohol in. I know I shouldn't have to say that, but there seems to be all kinds of connections between art making and addiction. We're trying to battle that a little bit.
Yeah.
Take care of each other. I apologize. We don't have the accumulation of donations that we used to. We made care packages out of everything we had and gave away probably 100 care packages of donations over COVID. And then we're going to slowly build up to that again. But we really appreciate that you're here. We love you. If you have any questions, ask anybody but me or Jess. And also, my book just is gonna. I got copies of it myself, and then it goes to the bookstores technically in
September 1st is the release.
Georgia bought a copy, and it apparently, due to a clerical error, enough copies of mine were sold through shelf life to make number 5 on the Calgary bestseller list, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yay! Holy crap!
The
That's
reason that
fantastic.
normally happened is whoa! No, that's awesome. I didn't mean to yell at you. I'm just really excited. Actually, there was this moment when I was in Vancouver. We drove all the way up to Vancouver. It was my 5th book signing, and I was like, "Oh man, I want to go do something more interesting than this." And then I was about to go walk around, and I heard somebody say, "We can meet the author." I'm like, "Oh crap, there's an author here!" And then he's walking towards me. He's like, "I'm an author." So, if you do decide to book, please go to Shelf Life or Owl's Books
Nest?
or Owl's Nest
Or Pages.
Pages, because the anomaly I was explaining where I ended up 5th on the bestsellers list. I probably only sold 2 books because the Calgary Herald bestsellers list is a little artificially based off of 3 bookstores in Calgary. So if you could aim for Shelf Life, that'd be amazing.
They'll be here on September 1st.
Here's something else. I can't read. Galen knows this. I have probably a great reading ability. or I did 3 weeks ago. And then my publisher asked me if I would make an audiobook for audio.com, audible.com, which is awesome because I love Audible books. So I went from zero to hero. I went from not being able to read at all to I hired an actor, Michael Roy, who we've worked with for years, to read my book. And while we're working on my book, I was like, I think I can do this. So I fired him and rehired him as my acting coach. And I read the entire novel, which is really, it's a novella. It's a short book. But I read the whole thing. It took me 4 days. My publisher's like, this should take about 4 hours. I'm like, yes, that's right. But I did a lot of editing. And I sewed like portions of sentences that were working together with other portions of sentences that were working. And welcome home. And so anyways, I recorded my entire book. And then my publisher got back to me. She's like, the sound's not what I wanted. So I did the entire book twice. And I just finished last night. So should you like to buy my book, that'd be amazing. I mean, I'd give it to you for free because I just like people knowing what I think. But also, there will be an Audible version of it.
Which you can get it with.
How much different is it from like the original?
What do you mean?
Like I have like the cardboard.
Oh, it's
You have
child-proofed.
awesome expletive version, and then Felix has a whited out version, and then we put.
Felix is like, just cover it over the mic for YouTube for a second. So my 8-year-old has a copy of the book, and he was reading it the other night, and he's like, Dad, I was reading your book. How come there's whiteout in there? Because, well, originally it wasn't meant for kids. And he's like, I saw that. There's whiteout in my book. And I said, yeah, we're just driving. I was like, it was mostly just motherfucker.
Oh, no.
Used in Chicago in the 30s. Okay, so if you have an Audible account, say, haha. Please don't use your credit on my book. It's only like an hour or two long. Buy yourself your book, and then you probably buy it for like 3 or 5. I don't know what it'll be on Audible, but it won't be expensive. But don't use a whole book credit for it because you can get like a 40-hour book on your credit, and then buy a 30-hour book for $7. So please don't waste a credit on my book, but use your credit and then buy my book for very little. Does that make sense? Audible. Also, you won't hear the struggle of me trying to read because by the time I was done, it actually seems like a real person's reading it. But it was next to my TED Talk, the second hardest thing I did was recording my book out loud. If you're a writer, hands up if you are a writer. Please record yourself an audio version of your book before you try and publish. Because what you'll find is you read it, you reread it, you kind of whisper it out loud to see that it sounds okay. It's not until you sit in front of a mic and trying to make the words into sounds that you realize this is spelled right, it's punctuated right, my tongue is too fat to put these words together. I didn't even know I had a speech impediment until I started reading my book. And then so you can get the book through Audible. I don't know when that's going to happen. And then the book launch party is September 1st. Please stay sober, take care of each other. We love you. I haven't even started painting yet, so I'm kind of freaking out a bit. Okay, love you.
Yay!
Yeehaw.
Yay!
Also, I'm going to say in advance, all the characters in my book are completely based on fictional characters.
On who?
Fictional.
on who?
But I won't do it with yours.
Bye. Nice seeing you, Steven. Take care.
One day I need to.
I literally
Perfect. See you. Take care.
See, I feel bad because I'm like, I love Brene Brown, but I'm not going to listen to her book again and again and again.
How does that work when you return it? I don't know anything about that.
It gives you a credit. Have you? That's actually a book that I've been recommending for you. Anything else about it? It's good?
Okay. Spaceship. What?
I don't know where to put it.
That's okay.
Hey, did we get bumped off YouTube?
No, we're good. I don't know if I covered it well enough because Viviana laughed, but I think everything's fine.
Well, I heard it clear.
That's a good mic. I was covering the front, but maybe it's like all directional.
I don't know, but I heard it loud and clear. It reminds me of when David asked me, Mom, I know what all the bad words are, like all these bad words, and he gives me a list of the ones he knows. And you guys know the basics, right?
Yeah.
He included jerk in there because he thought that was bad too.
Aww.
But then he's like, he looks at me straight in the eye and goes, but what are the rest of them? And I'm like, what? He's like, I just want to learn them so I don't say them.
Oh, that's so
It was the
cute.
cutest thing. I was like, no. Nice try though, there, buddy.
It's like pretty smooth.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was trying to smooth one over for sure. Thinking, oh, Mom's like so cute and funny.
I'll be
She
right
won't
back.
know what I'm trying to do.
Hi, Chris, how are you? Good. Not in like a I'm stealing their You're right. You learn with other people. I learned when people just come in here. Like when you're not throwing. However, that being said, and then do you think what if I read?
Let's gather everybody around.
And then yeah, I'm just asking, should I read the whole thing or should I read? I guess I think like
If you were to take a snippet of it, could you take like a half?
or do you think it's the right conversation?
If you're here, let's read a whole one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So I brought some extra coffee.
Yeah, it is my
All right, so should I? What?
Before Sebastian.
Yes.
Okay.
And you want me to read, right? You want to come?
No, I don't want to.
I just want to make sure.
Do you want a chair?
Okay.
Do you want a chair?
Yes, so.
Or there's a bunch behind Chelsea.
Can you grab a chair there?
All right. So, oh, there's right in my face. Sorry. All right. All right. Is it on?
Oh. Do you want to hand these out or do you want me to hand these out?
How about can I tell people? Oh, yeah.
Can I get everybody's attention, please? So this is Chris Beck. He writes a philosophy magazine, and he has been kind enough to give me a copy of it is it monthly or weekly? Every month for the past 6 years. And this is a big moment. Hey, how's it going? He's going to read to it. Actually, Jess is going to read to us. And have you done this before? Sat and listened to it in front of a crowd yet?
I tried it once.
Okay. So here's what I love about you guys. Hands up if you're loving and sensitive and supportive. Let's all just take a tiny break in what we're doing and come and listen to this amazing philosophy. Yeah? Or if you want to keep working, do it super quietly. Yeah?
Perfect. All right. So I will be reading to you. It'll be kind of like music that you can make artwork to. And you can keep making artwork. But we just want to make sure that we honor everybody that comes through. And sometimes that's through sharing artwork and sometimes that's through sharing writing. So wonderful. All right. So the people online will see my ear. This is so good. Okay. The theory of one. And
Wait, have you read this yet? This one?
Yeah, because we have the book.
Okay.
This is the theory of one world.
Okay, cool. Is it based on where the book is?
It's an extension of the book.
Cool.
It's sort of the completion of the book.
Cool. Okay. Do you want me to read the summary or should I just get into it?
read everything.
Everything? Okay. So, Theory of One World, an essay by Christopher Beck. Summary. This essay argues for the existence of a holistic universe of concentric spheres from the inside out being the quantum realm, the event horizon, and the electromagnetic realm. Quotation. We shall look at the world and try and see it whole. E.F. Schumacher. Einstein often began this thought process with elementary conceptual pictures. With special relativity, he imagined what it would be like to travel at the speed of light alongside a photon. In that, the lone photon exists at the universal space-time boundary. He would be viewing reality from the perspective of reality itself, subspecies
subspecies
Eternitalis.
Latin for under the aspect of eternity. With general relativity, Einstein compared a cat in a box either on Earth, gravity, or being accelerated through outer space, inertia. Einstein concluded that the cat could not perceive a difference between being in either box, thereby establishing the equivalence of gravity/inertia, much like the equivalence of matter/energy. My fundamental attitude is to look at the universe and to try and see it whole. And my elementary conceptual picture of the universe is represented by the Matryoshka dolls from Russia, also known as babushka dolls, stacking dolls, or nesting dolls. They are sets of wooden dolls decreasing in size so that each piece can be placed inside one another.
Like our benches.
Matryoshka dolls, which we also made shelled saga. But Matryoshka means fertility and motherhood, as in Mother Nature, God, and the laws of nature. From the inside out, the universal domains are the quantum realm, the event horizon, and the electromagnetic realm. Relativity theory encompasses two interrelated theories by Albert Einstein, special and general relativity. Special relativity applies to all physical phenomena in the absence of gravity. General relativity is the geometric theory of gravitation. Special relativity is the generally accepted and experimentally confirmed physical theory regarding the relationship between space and time. It postulates that the laws of physics are invariant in all inertial frames of reference, and the speed of light in a vacuum is the same for all observers regardless of motion. With relativity, observers in all frames of reference perceive the same laws of nature. Special relativity has wide-ranging implications, including length contraction, time dilation, relativistic mass, mass energy equivalence, a universal speed limit, the speed of causality, and relativity of simultaneity. Causality.
Right.
Sorry.
I'm not sure about Marushka doll, but I know about causality.
Matryoshka. The Pythagorean theorem lies at the heart of relativity theory, as the Schrödinger equation lies at the heart of quantum theory. The generalization of special relativity involves morphing the right triangle to accommodate warping described by a quantity known as the metric, measuring the separation of infinitesimally close events. Special relativity is based on an application of the Pythagorean theorem. It says as we accelerate towards light speed, we begin to shrink in the direction of motion, i.e., v over c to the power of 2 plus h to the power of 2 equals 1 to the power of 2. Velocity, v equals velocity, c equals light, h equals height. If v equals 0, h equals 1. If v equals 0.87 c, h equals 0.5. If v equals c, h equals 0. If we've reached light speed, we literally exit space-time, meaning light speed is a boundary of the universal concentric sphere. Quantum theory. While relative theory 1905 describes the universe as a whole, quantum theory 1925 describes the universe inside the atom. Relativity theory is based on light speed, and quantum theory is based on Planck's constant, which are the two primary universal constants. Quantum theory explains the nature and behavior of matter and energy at the atomic and subatomic levels. With quantum theory, energy, momentum, and angular momentum are quantized. Objects are both particles and waves, and there are limits of precision with which quantities can be measured, known as the uncertainty principle. The quantum landscape. Werner Heisenberg argued that absolute causal determinism is not possible. For a causal chain to exist, exact knowledge of initial conditions is required for both position and momentum. Therefore, the probabilistic formulations in quantum theory results in an indeterministic relationship between the variables, which does not arrive from ignorance, but from the mechanics. With quantum mechanics, the particles are quantized, while with quantum field theory, both fields and particles and are quantized. Fields are more primordial than particles. Quantum field theory successfully describes the interactions between particles and fields, and between fields and fields as well. Quantum mechanics works when particles are indestructible, but only quantum field theory can deal with the creation and destruction of particles occurring with high energy collisions. Quantum field theory began in creation with Paul Dirac when he attempted to quantize the electromagnetic field. Major advances in theory led to quantum electrodynamics, the relativistic quantum field theory of electrodynamics that describes how light and matter interact and reaches full agreement between quantum mechanics and special relativity. I hope I'm reading the words. Should I read? Okay. I'm gonna keep going. The Schrödinger equation lies at the heart of quantum theory, as the Pythagorean theorem lies at the heart of relativity theory. Classically, Newton's law, F equals ma, is employed to predict the path of an object. Schrödinger's equation in quantum theory is analogous to Newton's second law in classical theory. The Schrödinger equation is a linear partial differential equation that describes the wave function or state function of a quantum system. It is a key result of quantum theory. The Schrödinger equation is used to find energy levels of quantum mechanical systems like atoms and transistors. The wave function. In 1923, Louis de Broglie made the bold assertion that if light waves could be particles, then particles like electrons could also be waves, thereby establishing a direct relationship between an electron's wave-like property, frequency, and its particle-like property, momentum. The wave function generates essential probabilistic information about the electron state, such as energy, angular momentum, and orbital orientation. It is a complex valued probability amplitude where the real valued probability distribution can be derived from the wave function by a complex squaring, also known as the Pythagorean theorem. A plus bi times a minus bi equals a to the power of 2 plus b to the power of 2 equals c to the power of 2. Non-locality describes the apparent ability of objects to instantaneously know each other's state, even when separated by extremely large distances. Non-locality is linked to the phenomenon of entanglement, whereby interacting particles become permanently correlated to each other's states and properties. Entangled particles share wave functions, effectively lose their individuality, and behave as a single entity in many ways. Action at a distance is the physical concept that an object can be moved, changed, or otherwise affected without being touched. The measurement problem considers how or whether the wave function collapses. The inability to observe the collapse directly gives rise to different interpretations of quantum mechanics. It poses key questions that each interpretation must answer. A measurement is the testing or manipulation of physical system yielding a numerical result. John von Neumann argued the collapse of the wave function occurs at any position in the causal chain from the measurements device to the subjective human observer. String theory was created to answer questions like how to unite gravity and quantum theory and what happened before the Big Bang. String theory proposes the fundamental constituents of the universe
How's she doing?
are
Good.
one
Good. She's doing great.
dimensional strings rather than point-like particles. What we perceive as particles are actually vibrating loops of string, each with its own characteristic frequency. The holographic principle is a tenet of string theories and a supposed property of quantum gravity, which states that the description of a volume of space is thought to be encoded on a lower dimensional boundary. The theory of one is my evolving theory, which describes the universe as a sphere-shaped phenomenon that houses being, matter, life, consciousness, and self-awareness as its primary function. The sphere's radius is the speed of light, and is bounded from within a Planck's constant. If the universe were a basketball, the quantum realm would be the air in the middle, the event horizon would be the rubber bladder, and the electromagnetic realm would be the leather bound. Another analogy might be that of a theater, where monads are the moviegoers who sense the backlit, two-dimensional holographic surface of the event horizon. The event horizon is painted from without by the universe of stars in the gravitational colors. The space-time continuum is formed holographically at the event horizon, sandwiched in between the uncertainty of the underworld, quantum realm, and the harmony of the heavens, electromagnetic realm. Planck's constants, energy quanta, travel up from the quantum realm, and photons, light quanta, rain down from the electromagnetic realm, arriving on the holographic screen that is the event horizon. The holographic screen is encoded on the lower dimensional screen with contributions from both realms, and presents a 3D movie to consciousness, where reality is shaped by the senses of man. The laws of nature. The theory of one tracks all the way back to before the Big Bang, where God pulled the oldest trick in the book by using reverse psychology and commanded Adam not to eat an apple from the tree of knowledge. Adam and Eve were beings of light, or photons, living in Eden, who disobeyed God by eating the apple, and the Big Bang was an orgasm where Adam exploded inside Eve. As Edgar Allan Poe wrote, the universe begins when God creates a primordial particle out of nothing. From it, matter radiates spherically in all directions in an inexpressible, great yet limited number of unimaginable yet not infinitely minute atoms. This contained explosion proceeded naturally like sex and the gestation that follows from it. It is, in fact, natural to conceive of the universe and view it whole, and to try and see it from the metaphysical machine that it is. That's amazing, Christopher. Thank you. Big round of applause.
Wow.
Awesome. I liked it.
We're getting a lot of claps from online too.
It's also the story about how Jess and I met.
Thank you, Christopher.
That was good.
Thank you. Can I keep these ones that you broke up before? Okay.
Yeah, hey,
Cool.
I'll sleep. I have extra copies of this.
Oh, cool. If anyone wants to come home.
So it's got my email address on it, plus it's got my website if people want to look at it.
Awesome.
So I'll sleep and then I'll come back later, or sometime later, and if there's extra. Thank you very much.
I've watched no, right?
You probably like this.
It was very well written.
I can run down.
Do you have my story?
I do actually.
I
You wanna
think
read it?
I would like to.
I would prefer not to.
Yeah, come on.
But great
I'll give you another $20.
Okay.
No,
Do you want Jess to read it?
Starts at 9 o'clock, so you're.
no.
Oh,
I have no frames today, but.
Awesome. Thank you for your email.
Yeah, it's all good. No, I knew you. I knew. Like, I saw you wrote it. I'm like, that's gonna be confused as a B. I know it. But, like, I didn't
I
say
even wrote it
anything.
down. I was like, this is
Yeah.
either a 13 or a 13.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
How's it
How
going?
are you?
Not too bad.
Good.
Nice to finally come in here for the auction.
Real thing, yeah.
How's it going? These are friends of mine. Justin.
Won't be here for the auction, unfortunately.
Oh, that's okay. It's cool to
good,
come
Mama.
see. Yeah, thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
thank
fantastic.
you. Yeah, for sure.
That looks pretty good, Viviana.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
It starts coming alive once I got lots of colors down, right? Like, it's hard to see what it is that I'm working on until I've got enough color on it, right?
Where's the record?
I like it. From here, I can see.
Thank you. I hope my clients like it too.
Oh, I'm sure they'll love it.
Yeah, we kind of like artless, but
Yeah, I hope so. It's obviously not traditional jungle because it's got all kinds of colors I'm putting in. But yeah, I think it's going to be pretty fabulous.
oh, there's my
Oh, my deep gun back there, do you think? What? I remember seeing my deep gun.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I just like
And I wish I had come here.
Did you like my thing at Market Mall?
You mean South Center Mall?
I mean South Center. Why do I always say Market? But because
Yeah,
I
I
have
took-
other stuff at Market.
Yeah, I took all those pictures. You can use them if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to. I went to actually last night. I don't know. It was like 1 a.m. I went to actually post them, and my phone died right in my hands. So I was like,
geez.
okay, forget it. I'm not meant to be up this late anyway.
But yeah, feel free to use them. I noticed in some of
Thank
them
you.
I was like, oh, my hair's not down. Maybe I'll just put my hair down for this one.
Yeah. No, they're great. I'm going to definitely post them because it's awesome to get just photos that aren't just me taking them or of me with my artwork. So thank you very much for doing
Oh,
that.
you're welcome. Well, that's why I was like, I saw every one of them. I was like, oh, I have to take pictures.
Nice. I'm painting live on Saturday.
I
be
can't
out
go
there.
because I'll be I'm helping a lady with an estate sale.
Oh,
we sold
okay.
her. We just sold her hot tub for $300.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Well, it was broken, right? So
Yeah.
it needed some repair. We're trying, and today she has a motorcycle. I thought I got the key stuck in the tank.
Oh.
So it was in the gas tank, and I'm like, I had to call the Honda dealership and say, is this correct? Is it supposed to come out? And they said, yeah, it just comes out. So we just used some WD-40 and I got it out.
Okay, that's good.
But I tried to start it, the battery's dead.
Oh no.
So they have to charge it. Like I have my motorcycle license, so but no bike. So but yeah, the estate sale, like they have DJ equipment, they've got all this stuff.
Thank you, Taylor. And I was gonna say one more thing.
No problem.
One more.
Oh, there's no problem?
Oh, no, I was gonna say, Galen, one more thing. Riley is here, so she was here the
Okay, I'll
very
be right
first,
back. I gotta let my dog out.
and I didn't get a chance to pay her that night. So it's on the very first. So that would have been July. I think it might be 20. I can't remember because she sold I think for 40, but I just can't remember exactly. But it would have been in the July folder. Yeah. I can't remember the first. The week before this. No, it was the 17th. I think that was our first rumble.
Sorry. Okay. So I'll look it up.
She might even be able to come.
Yeah.
She might be able to.
I'll look it
Cool.
up.
Thank you. Oh yeah, it's Rich, can you whisper to Galen where the lock is?
I'll find it.
Okay.
Oh, damn. That's embarrassing.
So these are cool.
Hey, Viviana.
I pride myself on never getting anyone's last name.
Viviana.
Yes, I'm back. Yeah.
What time are you painting out?
12:30 to. I'm guessing probably around 2:30, something like that.
Oh, I can't make it. I would have liked to seen it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll record it. I'll see if I can figure out something.
You could always bring David with you to record it.
Yeah, I could, but I don't know if he'll feel like doing that. He'll take some photos, I think, but
okay.
Yeah, I'll see what he wants to do. I know that I think they're playing their D&D. They've got this new campaign they're playing, and so he might not be in the mood to get up early with me the next day.
Is he playing D&D online, or is he playing it?
No,
like,
he plays. Well, I wouldn't say it's D&D. It's another game, but it's a role-playing game, an RPG. But
okay.
They play it here at the house with his friends.
Oh, it's probably on paper then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it just takes them a little bit of time to get things going, and then they're up quite late, right?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, roll the dice. Oh, kill the dragon. Oh, you got killed. Oh no.
I've never played any of the games, and it's so cute, like to listen to how excited they get and when they're talking about the new campaign and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
I've played it
awesome.
before. I've played it. It's quite fun, except for when your character gets killed, and then you're like, well, that's no fun.
So they're playing one where it's cooperative, so that everybody's working together because he says that some of them it's hard to play because you're playing and then each person has to take a turn and then you're always waiting for the next person and stuff. But he said this one is fun because everybody has to be involved and pay attention, that you're all doing it all at the same time kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. And I'm trying to remember who he said it's or what thing it's based on, but I can't remember. I'll tell you when I talk to you next time.
Can everybody hear me?
Okay.
I think he's upstairs getting a bass lesson,
Hey,
so I don't know. Yep.
You guys listening? So
yes, sir.
For about 8 months, I tried to browbeat the neighbors into keeping their coffee shop open on Wednesday nights, and they finally did. So 2 weeks ago, because I didn't realize they'd stayed open for us, I realized at like 10 to 9 that they were open. So I sent I sold my piece for $100 to Chelsea on the condition that she buy everybody coffee. Now I can't do that every night. And also it was kind of a nightmare for the guy working there because it was like 20 orders at once. Yeah, it was actually I enjoyed the prank. But if you would like a coffee, hole in the wall, loophole, which will always be hole in the wall to me. Loophole at the end of our street this way stays open Wednesday nights because we asked them to. So if you go over there and buy coffee, that would be amazing. Secondly, I didn't know this until just recently. They'll give us 10% off for being from Rumble House, which is also awesome.
That's so nice.
Oh, that's sweet.
And here's something else. I'm so grateful for them putting a staff member on to keep open just for us. And said, if you don't have money for coffee, come see me and I'll give you money for coffee. Is that clear? Better if you have it yourself. We work here for free, but if you'd like a coffee and you don't have any money, come get some money. I'll give you some money for coffee.
That's so
Actually,
work in quotation marks, Jess.
I found $20 in my pocket and I don't know where it came from. Is there anybody here that will go buy $20 worth of coffee with anybody want a coffee? Right here, look at. Okay, come and take this $20, but take like $20 worth of orders on your way too.
Okay.
Just beat them.
Okay.
Did you say just beat them?
That's how we roll. It's the Rumble House.
Oh goodness.
It's a
All right, coffee orders.
People get their coffee, but they also get punched.
Caffeine and a black eye.
You know how much coordinator
Sorry? That was just the one girl that was, yeah, that's yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it.
No, I think somebody just went.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys.
She has dark hair. She's a wrestler.
Riley.
She was.
I think they are.
Would you like your coffee? Thank you. We've gone currency.
I'll have a tea if no one else wants it.
I'll have a small.
I'll have a tea if no one else wants it.
All right.
He's
What
also one
kind
of my
of tea?
favorite students.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I did, but
Did I
I'm
teach you
so
as
glad
well?
that. No, she's FFCA.
Okay.
Oh well, no, I guess
Yes.
I
Do you know
guess
what
you taught me in
FFCA
middle
is?
school.
FFCA is? Future Charter Academy.
Yeah.
David Belcourt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Comes here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen him in so long. How's he doing?
It's okay.
Yeah. I haven't seen him
It's
since.
like, it's
Yeah.
been a while. Sparrow. We love him though, Sparrow.
Yeah, he's in a pretty bad accident when he was teaching me.
Okay, this isn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He'll be happy to see you.
Yeah, is he coming by?
He
comes
always
every
comes,
Wednesday,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god, I'll say hi to him.
Yeah,
I used to see him at Hexagon all the time.
Oh,
Hold on. Well, I have to thank you. Huh? Green tea, a tea, was it peppermint? Okay, fantastic. Would you? Do you have
I'm
a-
great. That's
Okay.
probably $20.
Thank you very much because I'm in the BFA. Yes, absolutely. I'm very much appreciated.
Did you end up getting a?
Yeah, I did.
You were okay. So Jess,
And then I did the journal.
we've seen him at ATP.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I was in Chris.
Oh, then we've
Do
seen
you
him.
remember? So this is what happened. He came up to me in health class.
He tells
And,
the story of you all the time.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Because I'm in the BFA of acting now at the U of A, and I attribute a lot of it to you. Yeah.
That's really
I will tell all
He
the
taught you
teachers.
everything he knows. That's what I always say about my kids.
He was in health class. I said,
Yeah.
why don't you go get an agent?
I also
Guess
want
what?
to get what I'm
I'm
trying to
and I'm not going to health class for about 6 months.
Yeah, that was Chris's fair.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Win, right?
Yeah, I know. And that's my thing.
That's amazing.
Yes, I should do
Was she outside? Was she outside?
It's
Riley? Yeah, thanks.
royal blue. Yeah, cyan.
Yes.
Thank you for doing that.
Royal
I
blue
don't
is,
have cyan.
just take your blue and add a little bit of magenta. Actually, that I saw you.
He-
I saw
he
blue
did,
half.
unless-
Pulled your blue up.
At what school?
Yeah, half of that and half the magenta.
I have no
should
idea.
be-
Maybe he didn't teach her. Maybe she's just a wrestler. And
That's
then
because
we,
they're student grade things.
Well,
Technically, you're not supposed to be able to blue, but we push the boundaries.
okay, I'll just not do it.
Here,
I think I'll just be abstract and do different colors.
are you willing to use this? Temporary.
I don't know what you activated the block.
I don't have any blue
I don't
handy.
know.
Oh, hold on.
I just.
So what is Rich working on?
he's working on such a beautiful painting. He took a picture before we started the Rumble.
Is this like normal for this?
I'll take a picture
Yeah, so fresh.
to put it up on the event page too.
I bought this.
I have cobalt,
Can I use it?
Okay, cool.
my special cobalt blue. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry I'm eating while I'm laughing.
Thank you.
Oh, no worries. You gotta eat.
Trying to get the universe in my brain to be on this. And then
Oh,
I
wait.
actually went and got myself a popsicle. As you can see, I was actually eating it when I realized like I'm eating on the microphone and it's gonna sound like a giant chomping on something.
Knew it.
So,
I didn't hear anything.
huh? Okay, listen.
anyway, thank you for dealing with my frustration. That was a little excessive.
Right, but you were busy talking, so I was like, mic
Oh,
off.
that's so funny.
When I realized, I'm like, I probably shouldn't be chewing on my popsicle online.
I don't know.
But yeah, I really hope they like this. That's a long ways to go, though. I think I've got all the underpainting pretty much done, though.
I love
It was
flowers.
really-
I finished it.
They're just, yeah. Oh. Wow. It's the moon.
I got one of the piggies done. He's the
Did you?
cheating. He's the cheating one. So he'll be cheating. I got a long
Funny.
ways to go too because usually I won't finish it in the
Uh-huh.
2 hours. I'll as the auction's going, I'll continue working and watching the auction.
That's usually what I do too, actually. I
nice.
don't think I've ever finished, really. I mean, I think I was forced to finish when we were live at Rumble.
Yeah.
You kind of had to finish something, right? But,
I think we were a lot more
Lately.
strict with ourselves earlier too, like
right?
before. So like I used to do like I used to finish paintings like regularly, and then now I'm doing embroidery. I'm like maybe next week.
Yeah, or I'll get it almost what looks done on camera, but I know better. And so I usually work on a lot more after. Occasionally, it's almost done. It has to be something fairly easy and small. But I like that the little piggy's idea is cute.
Yeah, you know you're on the live feed though, right?
I still have to look up their hands and stuff because I don't play poker, so I'm gonna look it up online and see which hands are the winners and which ones are the losers.
Oh, the cards, like when you lay out the cards, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have
really
them.
play.
They're gonna be holding them in their arms. Some of them will have them one hand and then on the table. I'll probably taint the table, and then I'm gonna. I think I got an idea for. So right now I only have spools under the table, but I'm gonna put wood, so you can actually it'll be one piece. So they'll be sitting, and they'll be at that level. But these guys, these little guys, are too small. Their eyes are huge. They're like that big around. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I've got them one of the eyes is done, but we'll figure it out. Like it's the first time I've ever used the big eyes. I don't like them. But I think it'll look cool, and it'll be like one piece. You pick up the whole thing, and they're all attached.
Cool. That's cute.
I just got the idea. It was like really weird. I was like, oh, I found some cards. What would I do? And I'm like, ooh, that would be cool.
That's all. I didn't today, but next week.
It's funny, I'm not a very good card player because I think my face gives me away all the time.
I've never played, so I just thought, I just kind of thought it would be kind of cool to do it.
I only played once, and I think I was the first one out. We're playing poker.
I tried it, I think, a long time ago once, and I won once, and then the other time I didn't win. So I was like, oh, that's good enough for me.
Yeah. I'm just not very good at playing card games, and I forget the rules, and I'm going, well, what do you do again? And people lose patience, and I'm okay with that.
Okay, this is like
I've been kind of on and off working on, you saw The Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
So The Mandalorian is not done because I have to making the gun from all the clay, and I'm trying to do exact. But then I found a Yoda, so the Yoda has no.
Everybody to come up for a second.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a Yoda too.
Nice.
So it's gonna be slow going.
This is such a nice
Right.
paper. Okay, so people at home too. Stephen came in. I think it was last Thursday. We were here. We were talking to Harold, and Stephen just meandered by.
Stephen, wave at us.
And he came, and he or hide. Yes, good. He walked in, and there was 3 teachers here talking about like our passions and all these things. And then he came in and said he was bored, and so we gave him an assignment. And he actually and he came back, so that's nice.
What? Does that happen?
What was he thinking?
Yeah,
It's
like,
summertime.
We did give him $20.
That's what I've been doing wrong.
Okay. Also, he wasn't allowed to use technology, so he typed it up on a typewriter, which I think is very sweet and more meaningful. He said, my parents are acting quite Amish lately and have taken away all my computers and technology in the house from everyone, including myself. So I will be writing on my paper on the Rumble House on a typewriter rather than electric file. The Rumble House by Stephen Scannell. I first heard about the Rumble House a week after I moved to Canada. I was out getting groceries with my mom when I saw a small crowd all painting, drawing, and chatting. As I later learned, the Rumble House is a public art auction and makerspace. No money required for entry. Just bring your artistic talent and maybe some leftover pizza. Every Wednesday, artists from all over Calgary come to the Rumble House to paint and interact with other artists. Even if you are not an artist, merely a collector, or you just like art, the Rumble House is a great place to be. The Rumble House's owners are truly nice people. We didn't pay him to be nice. We said be honest.
Sure.
When I had some questions regarding my art project, they're happy to help in whatever way they could. The Rumble House is the center of art creation and creativity in Calgary. The Rumble House is on the outside, looks like
an ISIS torture house, or a home of a crackhead. But the inside is very cozy with paintings and drawings hanging from every place they could. They usually have a
You're
record.
not the first person to say that.
You hadn't proofread this before.
They usually have a record player playing soft jazz or pop in the corner. I'm not sure how to correctly describe the atmosphere at Rumble House without sounding like a mom's Facebook. You will have to go there yourself to see for yourself. In conclusion, if you don't already go to Rumble House, you should. It's a great place to buy great art, meet artists, have pizza, and interact with the creative hive mind of Calgary. Stephen, thank you. You totally
Great.
That's funny.
Now you're a professional writer.
He said 40.
You didn't read it out loud. That was That's awesome. Thank you, Stephen. Can we keep the typed copy? That is so nice.
No.
Not to be a stickler, but isn't it typewriter technology?
It is a typewriter. Yeah.
Old technology.
It's totally. Yeah.
It's analog.
Analog technology.
That's what I had in college.
I just gave away a typewriter.
You have no idea how excited I was when I got my first typewriter that would erase
Yeah.
and would show me the first word, like each word, as I typed it into a little tiny, like dot matrix, little tiny screen on it at the base thing. But I didn't ever learn to actually typewrite, like type.
Yeah.
So I still do the with even on my iPad.
That's funny.
I think that was a fabulous essay, though.
Isn't that sweet?
Did you give him a second assignment?
No, he's actually moving. So that was to take his kind of like occupy him while he was packing. Yeah, he's going to school
where is he
in
moving
Ontario.
to?
Ontario. Sorry, I don't mean to talk
okay.
over you. Yeah, he's going to school down east.
I thought that was kind of funny. He said that his parents were being Amish.
Yeah.
That'll be my new word for when David starts bugging. I'll be like, "You don't want me to get Amish on you."
And then they go, "Well, what if we insult somebody that's Amish?" And he's like, how would they hear it? They wouldn't have YouTube.
True.
What am I gonna do? Email you?
I mean, there's probably some kid sitting there trying to sneak a listen at or a TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, plotting his way of running away from home. It sort of actually kind of mimics the show I'm watching right now, the Stiesel.
Oh yeah.
Because it's, they're very, very, like, I mean, most of them have phones and stuff, but the women, I just feel like they're not allowed to do a lot. But one runs like this money exchange business.
Yeah.
Secretly. And everybody lies about who they are so that they can go see her up in her old folks' home and get money exchange.
That's hilarious.
One of the little kids was watching it with me today, and she's like, "This show is really funny."
That's awesome.
And I said, "I know it is. It's very, very pure. Like there's, obviously,
Yeah.
no, like it's okay for kids to watch. They absolutely don't understand any of it, any of the language, but it's so funny because the one little girl, she's going into grade 2.
Yeah.
And she can read fast enough to catch, I would say, 50% of what they're saying. And so she's sitting there giggling, watching it with me while I'm giggling too. It's pretty cool.
That is neat. Yeah. That is really
It's kind of neat to see her go from non-reader to a reader, though. Oh my gosh.
That's
You
like
being
pure
a teacher, isn't that exciting? Like when you see like all of a sudden they're like, oh, learned
like-
something and
I've never seen it except with Felix because I teach junior high. So like,
yeah,
and like my brother and sister, I guess, but I never really paid attention so much to their reading ability. I guess like I didn't
Yeah.
see it so much because they're my brother and sister. But like I noticed with Felix, all of a sudden he just sees everything and he's reading all of the signs and he's in the back seat like making songs about all of the signs he sees as we're driving, and it's like this flood of information and it's amazing. Like.
right?
I think that's like the most magic to be able to be not reading and then all of a sudden reading is like
Yes, I'm just watching her go through that, right? And it's just awesome. Because every day she's getting a little bit faster and better and just paying attention to everything that's around her.
totally.
It just reminds me of when David used to always be like, "What's that say, Mom? What's that say, Mom?" And he was little, and then one day he didn't ask that much anymore, and I realized that it was because he was reading on his own, no longer having to ask me, right?
Totally.
And I love that.
So cool.
I think maybe that's what I do love about running the day home, because I told you I could never be a teacher, but essentially I kind of am.
You
but
are,
just don't have the certificate to say, hey, I actually did school for this, you know.
Yeah.
Mostly because I was I don't know if flaky's the word, but I certainly wasn't captivated by going to college.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm staying for the auction tonight, so I will be here. Okay, thank you. Yeah, no worries. I'll show people. I'll post it on the Facebook too.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Thank you. Look, people at home. Taylor just dropped it off.
Or maybe not.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is the
Wow.
camera. And that's another camera.
Oh. That one's a little camera.
So cool.
Yeah, big guy.
What's it called?
David, one of your students is here. Oh no.
Please send pictures. Oh my jeebus. Here we go. Let's show this. Here.
And I haven't fit. I'm gonna put proper like airplane people in for hangers. Just
But it's good to sell for today. Like it's,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my. Here, how should we? Because I want to show. Do you have a picture of it?
Is that yours?
Yeah, I made
Oh
that.
my God. I'm up,
Holy
I'm
moly.
I'm up against like a giant.
I'm not selling that.
Oh.
It took me 2 years to make. I just like wrap myself in it.
Wait, are those all the things that from your little book that you had?
No, that's before the book. This is like pre-book.
That's the
Our manifesto. I did the centerpiece when we were on the beach in California, and then I did all the separate.
The manifesto is in the book. I love this.
That's so cool.
Oh, in the first book. Sorry.
Oh, there's flowers.
No, like your
The little book.
yeah, your felted book.
Yeah.
Oh, this killing.
What should we do? Do you have a picture of this already?
I don't. I haven't had a chance to take a picture.
Do you want it?
I love you guys so much.
No. I know. I'm just trying to think. Do you want to?
Just need like another foot.
I'm aware.
Because I want to take a nice picture of it. Do you want to take a picture of it before you come in here, or do you want to? What are you thinking?
I have no idea yet.
Because I guess if you.
I'm just gonna go work on
Yeah,
this.
you bet.
Because we could do this, and if you. Oh yeah, put the desk against the wall.
Or just leave the desk out.
Oh sure, yeah.
Put the paint against the wall.
And then that's brilliant.
And then just leave it there because it's safer.
That's brilliant.
Is it?
I think so.
It's not the
And
first
then
time I've helped
and then
so people
David,
that
I'll put it in the back after when we're moving stuff around. Does that make sense?
It's up to you. It's up to you. And I can't stay long. I gotta go after like right away.
Oh, I have one for you from last week.
Oh, okay, cool.
Galen.
Sure, Galen, good. Whatever Galen does. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do using the green screen? I'm gonna superimpose a white wall.
That's awesome.
That's so perfect. So perfect.
Here you can move this.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
I didn't know you were selling that.
It's awesome.
When you're on that soapbox, do you lecture people?
No, I've been actually reading.
Do you want a lecture?
Do you want a lecture?
Thank you.
I think I've given about 4 lectures tonight if you'd like.
What would you
Are
like
you
to
the
learn
Darcy
about?
here? Okay. I thought we were giving out lectures. It's obvious. Sorry. Oh.
No.
There's a song called Downstairs Handshake.
Downstairs.
Wilco.
Nice.
So, something like that. I can't remember the real name of the song.
I like that.
But,
That's what we do around here.
Oh, what?
Downtown
I don't know.
handshake.
Let's talk about like that downtown handshake.
Chester should call it doing a
Cash
smoothie.
for, yeah. You know what I mean? Cash for product, cash for product.
You did a very good job cutting my hair.
What's that?
You did a very good job cutting my hair.
So I have 7 of these, 6 of them left, sorry. And they're all in stages of nearing completion. So I'm gonna try and do one per week the next, I guess, 5 more weeks.
That's
So the next one, like, and they're not also, yeah, they are, except for one's not the issue. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
getting into
other
this,
issues.
so I can't promise anything, but nobody else is
Thank you.
so you're good.
Hey, can you give me green bulldog clip?
Yeah. Thank you. Maybe I should. Oh. I'm trying to think of how to bring David's up here after. But I guess we could get. There's a silver easel like right on the other side of the wall behind Ashton, and maybe for the auction, I'll put it up this way and we can just lean it against it for the auction. I'm more talking that, but I think that will work when everything's moving around. Yeah. Cool.
Did you do that spelling mistake on purpose?
No, that's actually spelled right.
Just kidding.
Supersedes? Is that what you're saying? Oh, someone came up to me and said that, and they're like, "It's actually a C." I'm like, "It can be spelled either way." Yes, it was on purpose. It's always on purpose.
Spending 2 years.
Oh,
Careful, it's 1,000 degrees. Good night. You're a professional writer now.
I've already written a book, so.
Well, were you paid for your book?
Huh?
Were you paid for your book?
Sure.
No, but were you paid?
Were you?
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Then you're a
Oh,
professional.
then you were already a professional writer. Then I probably didn't pay you enough.
You're a professional.
Don't forget to do your taxes. Just like keep an eye on people. Or just make yourself.
Can I be a part of the
Yeah, of course.
Just this time.
Yes, I need another headache.
Okay, you need to let me know that.
Let's see, I will be.
Can I tell you what I
Midnight.
I'm deaf in my right
Oh, I keep forgetting what you were. I thought it
Should
was
we
the
tell
other
the
one.
people that they have 10 minutes left?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry what you were.
I'm just saying
And
compliments
you
to the
move over
kid.
here to talk to
Just
him.
go ahead.
I got you.
I thought I could just like balance it on the edge of the wrist. Okay, so people at home, there's been around 10 all evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be, at 10 minutes, we're going to be starting a new feed for the auction. So check out the pieces up for auction on the live feed, and then it's going to be coming at you. And I'm wonderful. Should I stop the live feed?
Great.
Bye.
Bye.
We're starting about 10 minutes.
See you guys.
There you are. Hi. You guys went to school together. Sebastian, you guys went to school together for a while.